What's good, YouTube? What it do, what it is. You already know. Raw feed's the best feed. Sucker free's the movement. It's hard to be sucker free in a land full of lollipops. It's hard, but it's easy at the same time. As long as you show backbone and you be about what you talk about and just don't talk about something that's just more on a don't speak to gain support. Speak from the heart. When you speak from the heart, when you right, you wrong. I'm telling you, people with a backbone is very, very valuable in this dog game. Facts. You know, I'm very, I'm very inquisitive about shit. You know, I'm not gonna focus on views and stuff like that. Cause at the end of the day, when my time will come. I just gotta be open and have a platform for it to come. Instead of having a platform every year, every I have like 5 fucking platforms, man, on this YouTube shit. At the end of the day, everybody that rock with me, whoever interacts on my videos, whether it's views, likes, you know, positive, negative, constructive criticism, I accept all that shit. Cause at the end of the day, it don't really change nothing on my yard. It don't change dog shit I gotta pick up. It don't change the amount of food I gotta give my dogs. It don't change nothing. But on social media, it may look a certain way. And for each his own, you know? For each his own. You know, a lot of people will join a big army just because it's a big army. But some people may join a small army, but that has a strong name and conduct themselves like a soldier and don't play no games when it's time to play no games. But at the end of the day, I have played. I'm a person that plays it by ear. I'm never into my feelings due to the fact my feelings has no bearing on people's mindset and all this and all that. But what I will say is that everybody has their own lane. Everybody has their own secretive agenda that they want to accomplish on this social media. If they wasn't trying to reach a certain goal on this social media, they wouldn't be on it. Whether it's bash other people, look at other people, interact with other people, learn from other people, hate on other people. I don't know. But everybody has their own agenda. Me, I always came on this platform my style. You know, I never was eager to buy somebody's dog just because it got a booming ass YouTube channel. And I know if I buy a pup from him, I could get a YouTube channel. I ain't never been a nigga to buy subscribers. Like, that's just what the fuck? Because at the end of the day, all this shit means nothing when it comes to my yard. So why am I gonna pay or give my money out to somebody else just to proclaim an image on this social media? But at the end of the day, it does nothing for my yard. I dropped the link. Anybody feel free to speak on what they want to speak about or collaborate or just piggyback on what I'm speaking about. You're more than welcome. All I ask is show some respect And you don't have to agree with everything I speak about to say, oh, yeah, you showing respect. Just don't come up on here name calling, because I will get disrespectful right back. So you give fire, you give. You give fire, I'll cool you down like a ceiling fan. That's just the way I rock. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, I have a backbone. And I know I stay true on what I do, whether people may frown upon it, approve it, or whatever. I don't give a fuck what they think. I know what I go through, and I speak to the people, the community, on what I go through with my shit. I can't be on here a lap. Uh, uh, um, is it? I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but elaborate on a dog that's been dead for like 25, 30 years. That shit is crazy to me. I am not going to talk about what a dog has done 25, 30 years from now, whether if I have that blood or not. Because at the end of the day, YouTube, people on here are for their reasons. People are on social media for their own reasons. And it goes back to when I was speaking about make you a brand. You gotta make your brand. For instance, Mayday. Everybody talk about Mayday, but what dog made Mayday? What dog made Mayday? What dog, what dog's sire and damned Mayday? And they're so far, what dog, nobody gives a fuck what produced Mayday. It all goes back from Mayday and that point on. Or Red Boy and that point on. Like, all these dogs are known for what they have done in this dog game. Like true and all. But a lot of shit is coming about where it's like, are you gonna live in the past? Or are you gonna live from present to future? And what a dog has done 25, 30 years ago, that's the past. You know how many generations of dogs have been produced in a 25-year span? So it's hard to say what person is doing what with what dogs and what dogs and what dogs. It's all about presenting these dogs in the flesh as in today. Whatever you may indulge in. It may be legal, illegal, hunting aspects, show prospects, whatever it is. That's what it is in the flesh today. But it goes back to having people with a backbone. A lot of people won't have the balls or the courage or the charisma enough to start their own brand. Don't thrive on the past of what your brand may be indulged with, but start off from that point on, from your brand point on. I just don't understand the logic of why people talk about dogs that's been dead 25, 35 years ago. 25, 35 years ago. And the niggas that are responding to this haven't even been alive that long. Nowhere near 35 years ago. They've been 20, they only been alive 27 years. They're only 27 years old, 28, 30 years old, talking about a dog that's been dead 35 years ago. Like, it does not make sense. But at the end of the day, it's people that want to be in the circle talking about these dogs that's been dead so long ago. You may be thorough and all the lineage and all that. That's 30 years ago. It's 2000. Gonna be 26. Talking about dogs that been dead 1980, 1990. Like, God damn. Let them dogs go. It's a new age. It's a new era. It's not about them dogs. It's all about the people behind them dogs. People that really know and understand these dogs. People may say, "Oh, Bando, what the fuck you talking about? What the fuck? You got this, you got that. I got this, and I got that." Yes, indeed. But I stood behind my own stop. I stood in my own lane. And any lane I may have merged into, whatever, they know what's up. And they ain't never been, oh, he got some soft ass shit. I compete and I compete. What level it is, so be it. At least I can say I compete. A lot of niggas can't say they compete. All they want to do is compete through their fingertips and through the popularity they have on social media. That's not competing. Because at the end of the day, the people that is listening to this shit don't even know what the fuck you talking about. And if they do know what they do know what you're talking about, then they go in depth with it. And then it's like thriving on dogs 25, 30 years ago. So therefore it's irrelevant. In my eyes, the way I feel, I don't give a fuck who made that dog, what it is. We can compete. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ could make that dog. And I'm gonna look at that nigga like, you got a dog just like me. Because it's a new era. It's all about these dogs and the people behind these dogs. And if the people behind these dogs ain't really what they seem to be or cut it, then it's gonna show in they dogs. I have gone through trials and tribulations with these dogs, man. I burn my own self out. So I don't give a fuck what the next person have to say. Oh, your dogs are in dirt. Your dogs is in sand. Your dogs is this. Your dogs are shitty. Your dogs are in barrels. Like, I don't give a fuck what none of that shit speak about. Because at the end of the day, you don't say nothing about my dog's heart. You don't say nothing about my dog's capability and work ethics that it has possessed and shown. You don't know that because you don't see that. And you don't see that because look at the way you act. And I will be a silly, dumb motherfucker to say, oh, this. I pop my shit. Yes, I do. But sometimes I got to filter what I say because sometimes people may take it out of context and say, oh, you a dog fighter. I'm not a dog fighter. If I put myself and put my dogs in any situation, my dogs will excel in any situation, whether it be legal or illegal activities. My dogs is bred to do anything illegal, but it's me as being a responsible dog owner that put my dogs in a legal situation where my dogs could shine in a positive light. But my dogs will get down to all the illegal activities if I put my dogs in that situation. But I choose not to. Why? I don't want to see my dogs battered and bruised. I don't want to have to lose my properties, my dogs, my freedom behind having a sick fetish on some shit that don't really mean nothing in some people's eyes. So therefore, I'd rather do what I do behind the scene and get my heart on, get my motherfucking thrust on with my dogs and cherish my dogs for what my dogs have shown me behind a smoke screen or on what social media that I could post videos on that's considered ethical, civilian like activities, if that makes sense. So therefore, I really get my shits and giggles on some shit that I know what I have due to my activities that I indulge with and deal with behind the type of caliber of dog I have. give a fuck about what you thrive on, no paperwork. I don't. I don't. I know somebody. A lot of people don't know nobody. And the people that you think is somebody is really a nobody. I have said this, and I have said this several times. Social media didn't make us brothers. The section did. He's like 13 years older than me. This individual has acquired semen from a dog named Grand Champion Spike. This motherfucker, the granddaughter. The he has the granddaughter in the flesh off of Grand Champion Spike. This is 1979, 1980. Grand Champion Spike was alive. I can see granddaughter, if it's not granddaughter, great granddaughter off of frozen semen. I'm not lying. I'm not lying not one bit. That's on my, I don't, that's on me. That's on in all principles and everything I stand on. When it comes to these dogs, I don't speak lies. I've been and I will show that dog. He told me, my nigga, this dog is strictly a brood bitch. At first, that dog looked ugly as fuck when I seen it. When I seen a picture of it a year and a half later, wow, she looks like a fucking badass dog. But when I seen her in the flesh, she looked ugly as fuck, like a reindeer. She had no, like, she just looked ugly to me. But now, oh shit. But you guys could live in the past and say this and say that and say this and say that. I have met a lot of people on social media that have their own opinions about these dogs, man. It's like you could be in a group with guppies, or you could be in a group with sharks. You could be in a group with killer whales. Everybody has their own category. All I gotta say is just be you. Fuck who don't like it. If I say some things that shrub some people sideways, you can get on my platform. You can invite me to yours, and you could get at me on anything I said, and I will stand on it. Because whether if I'm right or wrong, I speak that shit from the heart. I'm not a bloodline guru or anything of the sort. Give me a pup. I don't give a fuck what bloodline it is. Give me that pup. I have a bond with that dog where that dog will be all it could be behind me being behind it and me showing that bando affection. That dog rock out for me. Facts. I don't give a fuck what bloodline it is. So therefore, I'm very seasoned, but I'm never salty. And I speak my shit because I speak my shit with confidence. Fuck a mentor, never had one. I went hands on with this shit. 6 years old, at 6 years old, I got bit in the face from a dog that I love named Rascal. He was a rat terrier Chihuahua mixed mutt dog. Little dog bit the fuck out of me, all up in my face. That shit turned me on. I remember my one piece. I zipped my one piece up, pajamas, my one piece. Looked at myself, because I used to house my dog Rascal in my restroom when I was a kid, in the projects. So I had my little dog in my restroom, and I, had to use the restroom, unzip my one piece, use the restroom, went down to kiss my dog. Rogue, what it do, baby? What it do? I went down to kiss my dog, and he was just a grumpy ass dog, I guess. He didn't like that. He all up in my face, blast my shit. Ooh, backed up, looked at myself, I'm leaking. I'm like, fuck. I know my mom gonna get rid of my dog. That's the first thing I thought. Damn. But and it scared me. Did not scare me not one bit. It turned me on to this shit. Cause I felt like, ooh, I'm in. That was my initiation to become a true dog lover and really, really know these dogs, man. You know? And I ain't never faked the funk, man. I never faked the funk. You know, a lot of people's coming up, man. And they coming with these, I don't know what you want to call them. I remember 10 years ago, they'd be considered mutts. But now, how the book and the page chapter has flipped, now they're hybrids, band dogs, what they call 'em, Dutch herders, and all that crazy shit. Which in reality, that tells you it's a new era coming about. It's been about on working attributes, battle crosses, all these crazy ass names. But it sums it up to a crossbred dog. Now, I have got connected with some good people, man. Some people, like they got awesome crosses, they get purebred dogs, feelers, Dutch shepherds, Belgian Malinois, all the above. A lot of good dogs, but whether if they're known or not, does that change any of their trials and tribulations? No, they don't. No, it don't. So don't be fooled with popularity on the internet. Because you may not be popular, it just may not be your time. But when it's your time, you shine. But only because you may not be booming on the internet don't mean you're not shining. There's a lot of shit that goes on off this internet shit. And it's only the very few that know about it or speak about it or even participate in any activities, whether it be hog hunting, legal or illegal activities. Just because there's laws in this world, in the United States, you think people follow them? Fuck no. If we really, really, really go deep into this shit, like laws, especially in the United States, it contradicts each other. You feel me? Like, for instance, dog fighting. Two dogs that are bred to fight one another and want to fight one another, it's against the law for two civilians to do that with their dog that they raise, feed, and everything. But the United States will train dogs for the military to sniff out IEDs or any type of like road bombs and literally blow themselves up instead of themselves Ain't that the same form of animal cruelty? I never knew a dog that was pretty much kamikaze and was bred to sniff out bombs. But the United States will finesse and know how to manipulate dogs to sniff out bombs. They don't know their life is gonna end right then and there when they sniff out that bomb. All they know is that they're gonna get a reward because they sense and smell something they are supposed to alert to. And the prize is a kaboom! Smithereens, that dog. That's animal cruelty, if you ask me. But it saves lives, and how the news people in this world will broadcast it. It's like, oh, that dog did his job. That dog's a hero. The fuck? That dog just pretty much killed itself behind something it was told and not told, excuse me, was trained and was pretty much manipulated to do. If you ask me, a dog fight is a dog fight. But a dog to be trained to find bombs and blow itself up, after that kaboom, what do you see of that dog? Nothing. So two wrongs don't make a right. You can't kill, you can't fight a rooster, but you could kill it and eat it. I don't understand that. You cannot fight a rooster, but you could kill it and eat it. Here's the other boomerang to that bullshit. You could put your little kid in boxing classes and let he or she fight another toddler its age and size, and we could get it for the shits and giggles. But you cannot let two puppies fight each other because that's animal cruelty. But you can let enroll your kids in kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, any type of combat sport where you're training your dog, you're training your child the exact same shit to fight. I don't understand laws. All I gotta be is a person that acknowledges them, agrees to it, because I don't want to find myself in jail. Because I could speak what I speak now with my freedom or in the cell. I have my freedom and I'm speaking my shit because I follow my laws. But I just don't agree with it. Does that make me a bad person? I don't think so. It's just that it does not make sense. UFC, another form of Mandingo fighting. UFC was once upon a time against the law. But once they had a circuit and a formula to control that, then it's legal. And if they could do that with chickens and dogs, they would do the exact same shit. How many thoroughbred horses that race have passed away? They ain't banning that shit. That's a multi-million dollar horses. You know? I don't understand it. But what I will understand and what I have come to understand and realize, PETA is very, very different. Don't you know? I think it's a AKC or UKC. PETA sued AKC or UKC behind the standard of Frenchies because PETA said that their standard is for a more poorly bred Frenchie than it would be standard as what a Frenchie should be. So they sued the fuck out of AKC or UKC. Check it out. PETA. You got to understand that it's a big money scheme. It's a big money game. People, ASPCA, PETA, all that stuff, they kill more dogs than they do saving them yearly. If they saved 100 dogs, they killed 500. Facts. So that's just me speaking my little piece, my little rant, whatever, about just having a backbone and acknowledge what the fuck is going on around you. A lot of people talk that shit, they speak that shit, but then within time, they reveal their true colors. Everybody has their own agenda when it comes to social media shit. But at the end of the day, does that make your dog any greater than it was yesterday? Stay sucker free, and I'm out.